help if I knew how to spell my own goddamn Twitch name. Amazing. It's Alright, just going through all the different discords and ow. Am I posting things twice? Fair. Just going down the line. Very exciting. Oh, Raka, you misspelled my Twitch link. Oh, no. You imagine. Politics?
I actually had somebody say that they can't wait to vote for him.
For the Yerk man?
Yeah, they said that to me. They're just like they were just for whatever reason. Oh, because I'm wearing a pink apron, so now I'm apparently political
God.
at work. So they were just like, yeah, this election. It's like I'm so glad we have an actual third person to vote for, a legitimate third person. And that's like,
A legitimate third worm, you mean?
a legitimate worm.
Oh my god.
This official worm president.
Candidate Kennedy, would you still love me if I was a worm?
Candidate Kennedy swearing to destroy all of the Andalites.
Mm.
I never finished
Quick, get
that
man some
series.
Androna rays.
I never finished that series as a kid, but I hear that it ended ambiguously.
That was dark. That ending
It
was,
was-
super
yeah.
freaking dark.
It was
Yeah.
very dark and very there are no winners in war,
Mhm.
which
I have
I
no
was-
idea
as
what
a
you're
kid-
talking about.
as a kid I did not expect. I was
Oh,
like, oh, I can't wait for them to win. Oh no.
We're referring to Animorphs.
Mhm.
Right.
The thing
The
where
ending
the Earth is being invaded by literal brainworms.
Mm-hmm.
I guess more brain slugs than anything, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Still.
Looks like Zelda has curled up for nap time.
Oh.
Right. I also need to. I was busy snuggling with Nemi and watching anime, and I
Aw.
didn't end up picking another modification, so I need to figure that out.
Yes, you should.
I need aspirations.
That
Oh,
was
shit.
exactly what I was about to say.
I've had a lot of like an aspiration that's kind of gone unfilled for a minute now, so I think I'm just gonna keep one of those.
Fair enough.
Mm.
Hey, Miss Dora.
Hi.
Actually, can I actually upgrading the bolt hole? Can that count as like fulfilling my shore up defenses against reflection aspiration?
It is a pretty good defense, especially considering the kind of upgrades you put into it.
Mm-hmm. All right, nice.
Sure, I'll allow it.
Thank you. You are
I'll
a merciful
allow it.
God.
Mhm. Merciful God.
On shrimp. You're going back to FF14, the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy 14, which allows you to level up to whatever the fuck, and comes with the Splango
Did-
DLC.
Did
Yep.
they have this Splango?
I thought we could just
Isn't
apply-
it like level 70 now?
Something like that. It's a very high level elite Tauren chieftain.
Yeah.
Mm.
The
I never
critically
thought-
acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV.
Mhm,
You can
mhm.
play up to level 70 with no restrictions on playtime. Includes the award-winning Heaven Sword and something DLC.
But yeah, like I thinking of that, I thought of that there was a fucking World of Warcraft basically like hired a bunch of people to be like a band in game.
Mm.
It was called Elite Tauren Chieftain.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They started off as like level 60 Elite Tauren Chieftain, and then each time the expansions added 10 levels, they changed the name of the band. Until eventually they just decided to rebrand them as Elite Tauren Chieftain.
Mm.
Oh god, yeah. Thank you for reminding me, Yuka. I need to disable a whole bunch of those rewards.
Mhm.
But hey, welcome everybody
Hello.
to episode 8 of Gears and Grinds, an actual play of Demon the Descent. My name is Lola, and I am your storyteller for today. How about we start off with, let's see, last time we started off with Danica, I think? So we'll go the opposite direction this time. How about we introduce ourselves, starting with Zell?
Hello?
Daffy.
Baffy just proving that they need no introduction.
Got him.
I mean, we do have the right here.
We do. Not hearing anything. Okay, well, you know what? We'll introduce from the from left to right then, starting with Danica.
Hello, everybody. My name is Braka Quiltusk. I am your friendly neighborhood orc bard Rista. I'm playing Danica Grimm, the messenger demon / indie coffee shop owner / underground HRT drug peddler.
All right, and Maddie.
Hi, I'm Grinds the Alchemist, Maddie to my friends, and I am playing Maddie, the demon jack of all trades, repair anything, will cobble together whatever the heck you want. Little short stack.
Love that. And Ari.
I'm Ari Aries, playing May, the existentially challenged dream demon that's looking for her own, apparently.
And let's see, is Baffy with us now?
Is the Baffy in the room with us now?
I if you hadn't said it, I was gonna.
Maybe we need to break out the Luigi board.
Hello, Lucy. Oh, those are some Fummy emotes. Speaking of Baphomet people. And yes, they started off as level 60.
Mm.
Hmm.
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 Oh.
Oh?
While we're waiting for Baffy, I just remembered one of the questions you asked me when we were talking about character stuff and everything.
Oh, yeah.
You asked if I was going to build a Batmobile.
Oh, yes.
With the right paperwork, I can, and it can be 100% legal.
Gotcha.
The things that fall under the legal self-defense category is amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy just what exactly you can put together if it means annihilating people in the name of self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If the Luigi board don't work, then it's time for the Waluigi board. Wow.
That little turn of phrase is a reference to something that may come up here in a few Wednesdays with our viewing Lola.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. We may have to move that to Mondays since
Okay.
yeah, my collab schedule is just all out of whack because I keep apparently I don't know how to say no to people.
Valid. Do we want to plan on tomorrow Monday or next Monday?
We can do next Monday and like alternate then because Ari and I are trying to finish Cryptid Crush as well.
Okay, nice. That sounds good.
I don't know like if Baffy just kind of went somewhere.
Sorry, I did have to step away really quick. I'm here.
Oh, okay, there we go. Well, if that would have been the perfect time for sorry to disappoint you. It's Baffy.
I mean, it is, and I am sorry.
That's
Better
okay.
be.
I'm guessing I missed my introduction point.
Yes, we went through everyone else. So yeah, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Baffy. I am still the same person I was when I introduced myself last time. Sorry everyone. I am back playing Zell, and I don't know how to really introduce myself at this point. It's like the more I do it, the less confident I get.
That said, you are growing in power. Did you decide
Yes,
upon
I am.
Did you decide on a new modification?
We'll figure that out.
Fair
And
enough. All right. So, last time on Demon the Descent, a whole bunch of shit happened. Not all of which I remember, but let's see. You were doing some research work into one of your angelic stalkers, specifically the angel known as Reflection, only to find that he was in fact breaking into Danica's coffee shop. You went there to surprise him, and he overestimated his abilities.
Yeah, very much so.
little bit.
And then and then suddenly compromises happened.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to talk about that.
But and then Zell ended up befriending a raven and feeding it ether-filled estrogen.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely how that course of events went, isn't it?
It is.
That,
Yes.
I don't know if that's exactly how it went, but it's definitely how it ended.
Mm-hmm.
And,
It is definitely how that went.
and all's well that ends well, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But hey, so that's where we ended off last time on a somewhat higher note. After that, you would, having given your statement to the cops, and had neighborhood watch on standby,
Mm-hmm.
you're now free to split up and begin pursuing your own agendas or meeting up again later. But certainly, for the rest of the night, you'll probably want to go home and get some sleep.
Yes.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to sleep restfully.
Right.
So that's
Matt-
one
Sorry.
But you know, since you're the demons, you can probably, at a moment's notice, just be like, okay, can I just like flip this switch here and like get some sleep?
Yeah, we probably could just with a good wits medicine check. Like it doesn't even need to be a good wits medicine check. It just needs to be,
A
it just
basic
needs to get one success,
one. Mhm.
and then you can just tell your body, "We're going to sleep."
Go the fuck to sleep.
I said we're sleeping now.
So yeah. That said, there is something that you may wish to discuss before going to bed.
Thank you for
And that
patronizing the
is,
cocktail lounge.
That is
Enjoy
the
your
issue
stay.
of that is the issue of the tip that you received last time, which is that an permission is going to have a little ceremony at a church here in Seattle to further cement the loyalty of some of his Red Hat folks. Whether or not you intend to stop that and how violently you intend to do so is entirely up to you as a group.
Mhm.
Yes. Do we know when that would have happened?
It is currently let's see, it's currently I'm gonna say Tuesday in game, and it's gonna be taking place on that Sunday
Of course, it's Sundays.
Well,
in the
I mean-
evening.
I do have a few ideas that I did want to do, including sleep,
Mm-hmm.
which was, on one hand, blowing off some steam with June.
Oh yeah.
And another one that you proposed, Lola, to bring up one of the what was it called? Click member about a little protection contract.
Ah, yes.
Interestingly enough, that would also be Juniper.
So, particularly, the hobbyist click member that was getting stalked by like agents of the God Machine. I think, since you know where they live, you could probably, it's an easy enough matter of tracking them down, offering them a contract that, we can gloss over it a little bit in terms of like in game, but how do you want to approach it in a general term?
The you mean the content of the contract?
Yeah, like how do you want to sell this idea to them?
Um, let's see. It being okay, me knowing some people and ways to stay undercover using the anonymous merit.
Mhm.
But for that, they'd have to maybe cut back on some contacts they might have that they maybe don't even remember all too well, and generally dive under a little bit.
Okay. I think that's pretty good then. In that case, let's go with manipulation and subterfuge.
Manipulation.
Are you worried about being tracked down by agents of the God Machine? Then you should use NordVPN.
Damn it.
And before we run to someone whose first name is Nord here as an NPC.
I mean, we already have a Mr. VPN as a contact.
Mhm.
Yes.
I thought it was Mr. NPC.
Exclamation mark. 3 successes.
Okay. Yeah. You find a way to kind of write up the physical contract to him. You can you hash out the details over Discord, like show him the written contract, slip it to his place. He figures out a few. Yeah.
I think too, because some people mentioned that doing stuff over the internet might be too obvious, and in the eyes of the God Machine, to use it mainly to just ask if they would be interested in some help on that, and whether or not we can meet up for that.
That makes sense. So. You would think the place that specifically mentions pacts would have the rules on how to make pacts there.
You'd think so.
It's like, don't worry, the word pact is only mentioned 265 times in the main rulebook. Here we go. So if you're going for just a single dot in an anonymous, and
I think it would
he's
be 2.
2. Okay. In that case, let's see. Yeah, he will offer you in exchange some like a couple of small, like, some college buddies that they just you get the feeling that this guy had a fairly embarrassing, like, a cult phase in college where he was like really into like witchcraft, and he was like the annoying Wiccan that like pushed crystals on people and everything, and so they remember him. And he would like, he thinks that if you can push that off on and make them forget that part, so much the better if that becomes your weird, college phase. So in exchange for that is basically an even exchange there. So it'll cost you a point of willpower to enforce it. You will gain 2
Okay.
cover experiences, and you will actually, let's see. I think only 1 is really necessary there for. Oh wait. It depends on how permanent you wish to make it. Let's see. Making it last a day or a week adds nothing to the cost. and make it last a month as a single dot, which will balance things out. Making it last a year is 2, and making it permanent is 3.
And giving it more points would lead to.
The greater the imbalance, the more willpower you have to use to make the numbers move around.
Okay, then let's do a month till stuff cools down for a bit.
All right. In that case, yeah, you will gain 1 cover experience, and it'll take you a point of willpower.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So you sign him up for some data protection, and in return, your method of various different excuses you can use to cover your ass becomes a little bit more complete.
Mhm.
How many cover experiences do you have now?
Currently 4.
Ah, well, it takes 3 cover experience to either increase an existing cover by 1, or to make a brand new cover that has a rating of 1.
True, but I did want to save a little so I'm not basically butt naked in a single dot cover.
Entirely fair. All right. In the meantime, then, let's see. What is Danica doing in the upcoming stages here?
First things first, knowing that her opponent is going to be attempting to ruin reputations and stuff in the aftermath of this, and is more than likely going to try and pull something with the estrogen stuff. First things first, Danica's gonna try and take to social media a little bit and use her recently obtained TikTok clout to do some stuff to boost the cafe's just like standing socially.
Okay.
Try and get ahead of the thing both with a little social engineering and a little just endearing herself to the public a bit more.
All right. I will say that is gonna be. That's probably gonna be manipulation and expression. You can
Alright.
you can boost that by your dots in status.
Okay.
Your striking looks will add a +1 as well.
Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And do I get anything for my latte art thing? Like if I make some TikTok videos of making latte art
I think
using my,
that would
my specialization?
I think your fast talking would allow you to apply that to your if you're like creating a social media campaign that's based on that. I like that idea.
So that's like just 10 total D10.
Yep.
Sweet.
All right. Damn. There we go.
Nice.
So you have 3 successes there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, whilst you definitely, whilst you've been working hard on that, you actually do notice that there have been some anonymous reports of certain things going on, conspiracy churning out here of like what exactly happened with that police alert and what was going on in the basement of that cafe. None of it can be exactly pointed back to Emilio Espejo. There were no there was nothing on camera that directly implicated him. But yeah, there's a lot of people asking some very conspiratorial questions.
Right.
Your social media campaign is enough for now to basically lock things into a state of some people agree, some people don't. You've gone down to show them the basement. They're like,
Yeah.
it's like there's just beans down here.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all those beans.
Yeah, I literally like put my hand into one of the like boxes and just dig around for a bit and then pull it out, and there's just like tons of just like coffee, like dust, like grinds, whatever on my arm, and then just sort of just like flake it off there, sort of thing.
It's like
I also made sure. Mhm.
just reminded myself of that one TikTok. It's like, you want to know what happened, what trans femmes really get up to in the bedroom when no one's watching? It's fucking Warhammer. What side are you on?
Mhm.
TikTok.
It's
But
just
yeah.
it's like she pans over to something in the corner and it's just like a mountain of Eldar.
Mhm.
It's like a whole table of just like farseers or whatever. But yeah, no.
But yeah, the results basically ended up tying with Reflection's own social media campaign against you. So for
Which
now,
his social media campaign seems to be use random trolls and not actually like do anything like the coward I know him to be.
of course, why
Right.
reveal himself when he doesn't have to?
True. Right, so that makes 2 short-term aspirations taken care of. First one, the social media campaign. The other one, shoring up defenses with the bolt hole upgrades.
Yes. So that's something that everybody, if you have invested at least 1 point in the bolt hole, then you now have access to its latest ability, which is if you spend a point of ether, you can access the bolt hole from any physical door in reality.
Right.
Doing this then moves the bolt hole from its position in Twilight to the corresponding place in reality. So you can access it from a janitor's closet, or an elevator, or a tent, or whatever. But yeah, and then doing so moves the bolt hole from where it was to that new position.
Mhm.
It serves all sorts of all sorts of useful abilities if you need a moment to take a breather. The bolt hole still kind of hides itself, so that door that it's been moved to is very difficult for people to notice. So it is of course warded, and it has access to whatever other abilities, such as its armory. You can quickly step in and get hold of a weapon, or any of the other stuff that you've stashed in there.
Now it's more difficult to track down.
Exactly. So all of them are warded, all are unnoticed, and time does not exist inside a bolt hole. Nobody ages, gets hungry or thirsty. Wounds do not heal, but that's it. It's kind of very stressful on mortal minds. So don't necessarily try and store regular people inside a bolt hole. Basically, let's see. A human character who spends days in a bolt hole more than their resolve plus composure has to roll for a breaking point at a -2 penalty, because their minds are just not. They're not built to withstand the idea of a place where time doesn't exist.
Right.
But yeah, the more dots that you put in, the more you could add in things like creatures don't exist inside, no Twilight exists within the state of a bolt hole. You could up the arsenal. You could link it to a specific cover, add a self-destruct, all that sort of thing.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think that maybe whilst you're making your social media campaign, that you'll probably store the lab equipment inside the bolt hole.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Seems like a safer place for it. And after having shared one of the vials with Nevermore the Raven, you have 2 left that have a combined 8 points of ether, just in case you ever need to bring them on a mission with you.
Gotcha.
Speaking of ravens, what is Zell doing with the following day?
Taking time to structure out some plans, and also seeing who I think I should make a pact with to get cover back.
Okay.
There's a decent amount of stuff ahead of me, but I'm just trying to just trying to just take my time and let things settle in without trying to force them.
I mean,
Zell has basically had this moment of I abandoned the idea of of taking time and took rash action and things backfired. So I'm going to be extra careful. I'm going to be extra structured, and I'm not going to take any actions that incur unneeded risk.
That's fair, especially considering, just how it all played out. It's like when neurodivergent people go through trauma, like, go back to routine, make everything feel better in the comfort of repetition.
What do you mean neurodivergent? Are you trying to imply that I'm using this character to channel the
Yes.
autism that affects me on a day-to-day basis?
Never.
What?
Could you imagine?
Just realized
Imagine being
I did not have your usernames in the title. I have now fixed that.
SMH.
If you want to follow the wonderful people who are taking part in this, their Twitch names are all in the stream title now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be, considering that you have a cult that is phonetically loyal to you. It should be. I don't even think you need to roll necessarily if you want someone to make a pact with you that can help patch in that part of your cover. I think
So one thing, how much time do we have between now and permissions whole thing?
It's Tuesday and it's happening on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. So would probably be taking like the first day to plan a lot of things out. Zell is also has also zeroed their willpower as of the end of last encounter, so they're going to be just taking their time, relaxing on the first day, discussing plans, and on that note, would this count as satisfying their virtue of patience?
if they're gonna spend like the whole day just like doing like nothing else, then yeah, I'll allow it. I'm all
Cool.
socialed out. I need day of blanket overhead and just not interacting with the world.
Well, they'd
Well,
be
yeah, I like that.
interacting. They'd be interacting with some cult members, but it'd mostly be discussing the plans and the schedule going forward.
Right. Okay. And Maddie, what are your like immediate plans in the for that evening and the next day?
Well, Maddie is gonna go to work. First, she's going to change her sign and update her hours on her website and things to saying that due to personal reasons there will be shortened hours for a while. Make sure that's all updated and everything. Send reassurances to the people who've already got stuff sent to her that that stuff will get done.
Mhm.
And then after doing all that sort of stuff, she's probably just going to rest for now until the next day.
All right. Anybody who has like spent the night resting can get back a point of willpower, and assuming that you will have access to at least a first aid kit or something, heal up a point of lethal damage if you have it. Thank you for the head pats. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, looks good. So, what I'm gonna say for that then is, in order to help like clear your schedule, I'm gonna have you do an intelligence and crafts roll to help like get things out the door. You can certainly augment that roll with any embeds that you would see fit to use.
Intelligence crafts.
Feel free to buff that up with things like download knowledge or like I built it.
Yeah.
Things that are just going to be insane going forward.
Yeah. So. I mean, it doesn't hurt to do download knowledge just to give extra points
Exactly.
and stuff. Alright, which was wits and computer.
Hey kid, I'm a computer. Stop all the downloading.
Wits computer.
I love my pewter. All my friends are on it.
E.
True.
Alright, wits computer. Oops. Whatever. Boom.
Okay, another 2 dots then to your crafts for the next 2 rolls.
Alright, so. You said intelligence crafts?
Yep.
Oops.
Feel free to add in the bonus for your the +2 bonus for your tools and everything.
+2 bonus, and then it'll be +2 on that, so boom.
Okay.
Quick question.
That's not
quick
right.
question,
That's not
Lola.
right.
How much cover did you say it was
That's
to
not right.
improve or how much experience did you say it was to improve cover dot?
3 for 1.
It didn't add the 2.
Hmm.
Not that it matters.
Fair enough. Okay. Either way, I think you're able to clear out that backlog with no immediate issues. Like you get your work done. Yeah, people's lot of people bringing in like grills that have broken for some reason.
Oh, that's right. There was the broken grills thing.
Yeah,
Lots
like
of broken grills. That's
What-
right.
one person had initially brought one in, and more people seem to be bringing in grills that have just kind of cut out for no apparent reason.
Well, the person who brought it in the first time had mentioned that other people in the area had broken grills too.
Yep.
So now I get to do the fun little thing of just sort of like, okay. It seems to be everybody in this neighborhood, or
From what you can tell, in a widening area around that neighborhood, people's grills just breaking.
put a big circle around the neighborhood on the map there. Like, all right, cool.
Oh, I had a question.
Cool.
What? Let's see. You have 3 dots in professional training.
Yes.
I assume that one of those is crafts, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, don't forget in the future when doing that sort of thing that you have 9 again on those kind of rolls.
Oh, right. I do have 9 again on those.
You can also take
Boop.
a You can take 2 specialties that are related to your skills, since you have 3 dots in professional training, if you've not done so already.
What was that again?
You get to take 2 extra specialties related to the skills for, say, an engineer, which would be crafts and science.
Right. That's
You also have 2 dots of contacts relating to that field.
Do what?
Yeah, it's all part of your professional training. First step is your first dot is networking, where you get 2 dots of contacts related to engineering.
How did I forget all this?
Because World of Darkness has a lot of rules, and I mean a lot of rules. But as your storyteller, it's my job to sit here and help you make the most of them.
Oh, okay. So I completely forgot all that. Okay.
Fair enough. All right. Well, with your work done and with that little bit of that little tidbit of information stored away, you can potentially ask your contacts to be on the lookout for anything regarding grills breaking.
Oh yeah. Anything that's going on in our neighborhood or adjacent neighborhoods that is threatening some stuff, because as much as I love the business, that's a suspicious amount of business.
It is. And job security is one thing, but someone actively sabotaging these things is another entirely. All right. So with the first day of taking time for yourselves and figuring things out, I'm gonna have everybody roll a number of dice equal to their cover, as the next day is probably going to be spent being a human doing human things.
It actually was.
Because at the end of the day, you'll have lives that you need to reinforce. You can't just head back to the home office and be like, hey, I need to fill out a 1095 or whatever to replenish my cover. If you have
Okay.
rolling.
number of dice equal to your cover. If you succeed, then you get a beat. An exceptional success will grant you 2.
Oh, sweet. Cover beat or normal beat?
Cover beat. Those are not shared from the... Oh my goodness. Look at Maddie go.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Hey, Maddie. I'm fine.
Maddie gets
Exceptional.
two cover beats,
Hey.
Hell yeah.
which is enough to get you up to your next cover experience.
Yep. Boom.
Nicely done.
Get back to the home office. Danica, what's this I hear? What's this I hear? You messed up your TPS reports.
I feel like if we went to the home office, then we'd probably get like nuked on the spot.
So that's why we found my father's car covered in goat blood and rammed into a Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
Go.
And then there's also the matter of the Dairy Queen.
Which later on they had to acknowledge was historically inaccurate because there are no Dairy Queens in the UK, so they had to retcon it so that was the world's first British Dairy Queen.
We just
great-
segued
a
into
great loss
very
for Britain.
different reference.
Yes,
A great loss for Britain.
indeed. God save our Dairy Queen.
Because the Queen is dead.
Yes. Lizzie's
God
in a
did not
box.
save her.
So, with everything that's going on, and the anti-venom secured, now is probably with the next couple of days in mind. Perhaps it's time to start putting together some sort of gear in mind for this. And
Oh, for
knowing that the mansion is not actually actively being spied on by ravens sent by the God Machine, you could go to the manor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That would be one of the jobs that I gave Nevermore, is to watch out for other cryptid birds that might be coming to keep an eye on things.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
Nevermore
you did
has
name them
become.
Nevermore in the end.
Hmm?
I said, so you did name them Nevermore in the end.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I said that. I thought I made that clear.
I for some reason my brain said you named them Quoth.
I think that was my
Yep.
suggestion.
that was
Ah,
what I
okay,
was
that's
suggesting.
right. Okay.
But yeah, Nevermore has decided Nevermore has become a pretty firm resident of the manor. Still flaps out occasionally, goes and does their own thing, but um, they come back at least once a day to make sure they get their energy top off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've almost gotten used to how exactly to catch them out of the corner of your eye in order to properly observe them. There's just something about the way that when they sit still that makes them very difficult to spot.
Mm.
Good thing I have trained observer.
Exactly. And he's also picked up a fairly large number of words as you continue talking to him. The rest of the cult just think it's that you're just harboring this like air of mystique around you, and like naturally as a death cult, makes sense that some sort of carrion bird would be part of your motif eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Like, don't question it. They've got a bird now.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them actually seem to be finding it maybe humanizes you a little bit more to them. The fact that you spend time talking to something that isn't one of your fellow demons. Yeah. Nevermore will make sure that you get properly alerted to as to when everybody else rolls in on, say, a Thursday evening, having taken care of all your other jobs and everything.
Actually, if we're all going to be meeting Thursday evening, then during the day on Thursday, would it be possible for me to go to the park and see if I can clear this glitch?
That is a good idea. All right, let's see.
I have no intention on meeting anybody. I'm sorry, I'm going to be taking a few days just to myself to do some things. I would appreciate if people kept me in the loop, but I would like to be left alone for a while.
That's completely fine. I think Zell is the president of the Antisocial Social Club. We don't have meetings.
We just are.
Let's see. Curing glitches. The safest method for removing a glitch is simply to wait it out. Not really a viable with a permanent glitch.
No. There's
let's
something
see.
about the word permanent that makes me feel like I can't wait it out.
Let's see.
Mm.
If time and endurance are not an option, the demon must correct the glitch manually. This can be done in one of two ways: gaining a new cover or employing a restoration facility. Acquiring a new cover automatically removes all transient glitches but not permanent ones. Restoration facilities can heal both, but the God Machine knows full well that demons rely on these infrastructures. Such facilities are always well guarded, with at least one guardian angel as a devoted defender.
Mm.
Oh. I think we handled this wrong last time.
I think we did. That said, I think we can say that the park is a restoration infrastructure in and of itself.
This does mean that it'll be under surveillance by an angel, though.
Yeah. In order to remove your glitch, you have to assume demonic form and plug into the facility. Hey, Paige, how's it going?
Now, I do have the benefits of mirrored skin, so...
Well, it's up to you if you want to give that a go.
I can assume demonic form before we get to the park and not have to deal with my compromise roll being penalized.
True.
Isn't the compromise roll that's wits manipulation, right?
It is, yes.
And then it's
Yo.
like -2 if you're assuming full demonic form, I think.
I think it's -3, but your cover is still strong enough that you get a +1 towards it.
Trying to find it. I swear it was around here. Oh, demonic form. I think
Alright.
I lost it or
Compromise.
something. I dream of the day that that any sort of World of Darkness or Codex of Darkness or whatever product is like well indexed and organized.
Right?
It doesn't have its rules scattered the fuck about everywhere.
Like, it used to be so much worse. But that does not mean that we should not accept just as it is and here we are. Causes of compromise. Assuming demonic form. This roll is made at a -3 penalty.
Okay.
And then yeah, if your cover is 6 or 7, you get a +1. And given that you can basically do so in a car with like tinted windows and everything, basically having like no witnesses around, I will throw in another +1.
Okay. So that would be that'd be 4. I'm still gonna burn a point of willpower to make it 7 because I don't like a dice pool of 7.
I thought we agreed that. That you're
No,
not...
that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
I forgot about that. My oh my, look at me. Look at me go.
Yeah, people in the cult have been, you're probably too polite to ask why you have a mouthful of wolf teeth, but yeah, regular people would probably ask questions.
The cult just sees that something weird happened to me and is like, Huh.
Clearly, this is all part of the master plan.
Clearly. See, the only thing is, I don't like this because if I fail this, then I just lose another point of cover.
Yep.
On the other hand, there is like no other way to clear a permanent glitch,
Yep.
and I'm just gonna end up having to take this chance, some way, somehow.
May as well engineer it with as many favorable circumstances as you can, as opposed to trying to do it actively under the nose of a guardian angel.
Mhm.
Yep, because it only gets worse from here.
Yep.
Oh,
Fuck my ever-loving life.
well,
Oof.
shit. Okay, well, since you had glitches before, I think I'm gonna say that this time, We're gonna
Am I
pick
flagged
a.
again?
See, it's either flagged, surveilled, or hunted. And since we had flagged previously, I'm gonna bump that up to surveilled. At the beginning of each chapter, the storyteller rolls a dice pool equal to 10 minus your current cover rating. Successes accumulate over the course of the story. Once the storyteller has accrued a number of successes equal to your current cover, resolve this condition and gain hunted instead. If you,
Is there, an-
sorry, yeah, your question?
is there another way to clear it that doesn't involve me becoming hunted?
It says resolution is done either by letting the storyteller accrue successes as described, or finding and nullifying the enemy's means of surveillance.
Great. So I really need to improve my manipulation.
You need to what? Oh, to up your manipulation?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably help. The dice are indeed committing crimes against Baffy. Unfortunately, this tends to happen when when a cover like snowballs in one direction. But hey,
Yup.
the important thing right now is that you have assumed demonic form. You are inside the park, having just casually opened the door. You know, nothing gets out as far as the human eye is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And now,
Yep. I go over. I go to the suspicious tree. That's the plug-in point, right?
yes. And from that,
All right.
purging a glitch is an intelligence plus stamina plus primum roll. Each roll requires
Intelligence.
10 minutes of work.
Intelligence plus stamina plus primum. That's not a terrible dice pool.
It's not. You also regain an amount of ether equal to your primum. And heal up an amount of damage equal to your primum.
At full health.
Alright.
Jesus fuck, dude.
Oh, that's
Wow.
that. Shit. Okay.
Oof.
It's rough.
Okay, so the conditions for failing one of these rolls is the demon can either abandon the attempt or accept flagged, plugged in, or hunted.
Can't really afford to be hunted right now.
Fair enough.
Okay, so if I fail, I have to choose. What?
You can either abandon the attempt or accept a condition. The examples that it gives are flagged, plugged in, or hunted.
I'll abandon and I guess try again.
Okay. Well, yeah. It'll take a little bit, you know. I'm gonna say you lose about an hour of time to basically making sure that the other ravens about the park have decided to leave the tree alone before heading back and trying again.
Alright, try again. Jeez, there we fucking go.
That's better.
Almost
One, two, three.
almost got an exceptional. That would have been great.
Okay. So, this was a major glitch, yes?
I think so.
Yeah, like major is something that is like physically obvious, but not necessarily completely inexplicable. So this is part of an extended test. You've plugged yourself in for 10 minutes. If you have any missing ether, you can fill that in as part of the condition of just being plugged directly into the infrastructure. And
That's
you may roll again whenever you are ready. You have 4 out of the necessary 8 successes to purge the glitch.
Time.
That's another
Right,
2
no,
successes. 10 minutes pass. You occasionally feel the little hops and the flaps of ravens occasionally making the rounds. I'm starting to wonder if maybe just Nevermore was the odd one out in this group.
Maybe. Who knows?
And roll again.
There's all my successes.
Excellent. Yep.
And it only
With-
cost me becoming surveilled and another point of cover.
With a jarring sensation, your teeth assume their original form. It's kind of feels like one of those dreams where you have lockjaw, and almost like your teeth are just trying to grind each other apart. But when you finally snap back, you just kind of run your tongue around the teeth and like, okay, no, that is the right amount of pointy teeth. You are back to looking like your human self, if anyone were able to directly observe you right now.
Good.
Thankfully, anyone attempting to do so right now is basically incapable of doing so.
Yup.
All right, you
So-
Oh, yep.
I am good and clear for now. And I am going to unplug. And I am going to slowly and quietly leave. I'm going to move slowly to leave as little disruption of my, mirrored skin as possible.
Oh, okay. Make a wits and stealth roll with a +3 for the mirrored skin. Okay.
Dice pool of 9. I got 2 successes. With
That's
explosion.
that's demon. Yep.
That's demon. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Bah.
You're able to slip away unnoticed. Some of the ravens like hopping around trying to find where the latest movement of ether came from, but in the end they settle back into their usual patterns of monitoring the sprinkler system. One more thing I want you to do is to make a wits and composure roll as an awareness roll. Yep.
Cool.
Something that you casually noticed whilst you were plugging in is the initials on the heart that has been like carved into the tree, different than they were the last time you visited.
Interesting.
Yeah. It shows no signs of having been like recarved or any like previous things being erased. But almost as if the tree has like shifted its bark around in order to show some new initials.
Very interesting.
With that,
I
you
need to get out of here.
yes, you're able to leave with no further impediments.
Okay.
With that, you have the anti venom ready for when everybody else arrives in the evening, having come from various different jobs and other things that they're getting on with.
I did want to do something else on Wednesday before going to the mansion, which is
Mhm.
spend an ether, grab into the bolt hole, and use my bolt hole armory dots to pull out a small SMG.
Gotcha. Yeah, you
And
can grab an Uzi.
and then at everything at home, when I open the closet, get the SMG out, and close the closet again, and then in the side room I go ahead and infuse the bullets with the venom from my esoteric armory on my what was that thing called?
Just like in just like putting it into, like, say, hollow points in the bullets.
Mm-hmm. With
Huh.
the help of my where is it?
Your loading bench.
Yes. Yeah, found it.
I am, because you have also been making leaps and bounds in your esoteric armory as well.
Yep. Kinda took some notes from Zell and was able to acquire some more places where I can get stuff.
Excellent. I'm sure Mr. VPN is happy to oblige as well for some more some weird stuff that he's been collecting over the years. Alright, so reloading bullets is a dexterity plus crafts plus equipment roll.
Okay, dexterity is 3, crafts is 1, plus equipment.
The reloading bench adds a +2 bonus.
I see it. Exclamation point, anything else I could use?
Other than having someone helping you with it, or spending willpower, that's about it.
Yeah, I don't think patient is gonna help with that, so 60-10. That's 3 successes.
Oh, okay. That represents 30 minutes of work. You're gonna need at least one more roll in order to crank out enough bullets.
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Alright. And that's another success.
Okay, that's another half hour. One more roll.
Exclamation mark, and one other success.
Okay, it takes you a couple of hours to make sure that it's all correctly done. It's very precise work. You're taking a syringe and just like gently injecting the anti-venom into the hollow points. Making sure that it's the tip is appropriately like sealed, so that it doesn't just like dribble out into the magazine. But it's good work. By the end, you have 30 bullets that have been implanted with this anti-venom. Each one of these things will deal aggravated damage to permission. Hi, Nemi. How you doing?
Hey, yeah.
Meanwhile, what are Maddie and Danica doing during the day before they meet up?
Well, Maddie's not meeting up with anybody.
Right.
So Maddie has plans and starts pulling out blueprints and things. Is going to be downloading lots of knowledge probably going to the local library to find some books on electronics and circuitry and whatnot, just to have those, so she's not constantly bouncing on the internet looking for stuff. But
Oh, okay. If I remember rightly from the notes that we were discussing previously, that you wanted to make some new weapons. Okay. In that case, since in order to basically save time, I'm gonna assume like a bonus to your crafting rolls from download knowledge equal to your primum.
Okay.
So combined with the tools that you have for a +2, how about? Yeah, how about you give me an intelligence and crafts roll to start putting together the devices themselves.
All right. And those will
Okay.
be 9 again too.
Those will be 9 again.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit. Wow.
Damn. Okay.
I love it. I love it. I don't care if that's my only good roll of the night either. If everything's downhill from here, just this being sort of like Maddie being like, I don't want to be disturbed. I'm gonna be working. Working.
So, now, yeah, I'm gonna say that you were able to easily put together like 4 of these tasers according to your specifications. And now, you must invest the chosen vessels with ether. Just a single point is enough to begin the installation process. And you make an intelligence plus crafts plus primum roll.
All right.
And then each of those rolls takes 15 minutes, so you do them one at a time. This takes place in a little workshop underneath the workshop, so to speak. It kind of looks like an occult Faraday cage down in there, which is which is just as well, because as you start putting these things together, people who are unfamiliar with the process, who see it, would notice like arcs of lightning like pouring off of the taser as you start working your magic on it.
Yeah, only Danica has seen this workshop, because she was with me when I made the taser baton, which nobody has used yet.
Yet.
So that is enough with a point of ether to infuse. All right, so this taser is, I assume you are installing like I built it into it.
Yep.
All right, so this taser will now forever have a +1 to attack rolls.
Phenomenal.
Technically, it's a stun gun because it's the kind that you jam into someone. But the ether in the battery also means that it will never run out of charge. So feel free to repeat that trick again 3 more times for the additional tasers.
Here we go.
Oh, okay.
That's 2. That's 3. Oh my goodness, yay.
Alright, so you'll need to take another roll for that last one, just to make
Okay.
sure that it has enough successes to install the gadget.
Right. There
And
we
it's
go.
it's at that point that you think, creating 4 gadgets in one place, you should probably pack that in, but for the night, like an hour and 15 minutes of work with all of this lightning coruscating off of it, even down here in the Faraday cage. And if there were angels in the neighborhood, they would have a chance to detect it. So after that, probably playing it safe for the night. That said, let's see. Danica doesn't. No, Maddie doesn't have any dots and resources, does she? Or does she?
No, she doesn't have any dots and resources. We did
okay.
have the pact
Oh,
that
yeah.
was giving me not temporary, but giving me points and resources.
That was giving someone else dots and
Yeah.
resources.
Yeah, somebody else dots and resources.
Yeah, unfortunately, you cannot use those yourself. Okay, no problem. I had an idea, but no, it would not necessarily.
Well, the thing is we also determined that with raw materials,
Mhm.
I can summon objects and materials and things as needed.
Yep,
to-
as long as you break something that is of corresponding value.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, just thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else that you wanted to take care of first?
Well, if I spent all day doing the tasers and then I'm tired, I'm probably just gonna be done
All right,
with
if
some
you're
of
sure.
that sort of stuff. Well, maybe.
I mean,
'Cause there's another thing I mentioned in Discord that would require Maddie to talk to Danica.
well, that's probably a good
Um,
thing that you can do when you meet up at the mansion.
Hmm,
You know,
What
I'm
was
sure.
that, sir?
maybe.
True. I mean, yeah. Feel free to text her right now if you want.
Yeah, Maddie's going to text Danica and see if she's available, or depending on what she's doing.
Oh, okay. Looks like Braca is also doing a BRB right now. So you know
I'm
what?
actually back.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Never mind.
Sorry, I should have mentioned that.
Oh,
All good.
That's okay.
I just forgot to.
That's okay.
Maddie texts you and asks if you are currently available to meet up somewhere to talk.
And this is the night before.
This is the day before the going to the mansion in the evening.
Still
Okay,
Wednesday.
good.
Yeah, still Wednesday.
Okay, good. All right, good. Yeah, Danica texts back. Yeah, I'll be right there in a bit.
Not here.
Hmm.
We should meet up somewhere else. Picks random cafe.
Yeah, random spot. Like
Random cafe spot.
Oh, okay.
right.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
Hmm?
What's going on?
Oh,
Uh,
I'm going to hang out with Danica.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd head on over to one of the many thousands of coffee shops in Seattle. The name,
take-
yeah, this one's called Brood Awakening.
Nice.
I take the coffee shop owner to a coffee shop. It's like, hey, cool.
Yeah. Danica, honestly, while she's there, takes some pictures and uploads them to like Insta. Like she's trying to, as part of her social media campaign, she's also trying to promo like other local, non like chain owned establishments like coffee shops like her own.
Okay, love it.
Build up some like just community rapport and all that.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So she sells in. She's got. She gets just an order from the menu. Just settles in, waits for Maddie, and then when she gets there, it's like, okay, what's up?
All right. First off, how are you doing?
Doing what I can.
Okay.
Social media management's a little new for me, but I should have hopped on this a long time ago, honestly.
Yeah, you should. No, that sounds meaner than I intended to come off. Sorry.
You're okay.
So,
Yeah.
how much thought have you been putting into protecting yourself and the coffee
Um,
shop.
I've been meaning to talk to talk to May about that lady who kicked her ass and see if she might be able to help me learn how to not get my ass kicked. For example. But
Not
yeah, why you
exactly
ask?
not exactly what I mean.
All right,
um,
what you got?
Defense is important, and
Mhm.
we'll talk about that too.
Right.
At some point. What I mean is, this is probably going to be incredibly strange, as normally I don't talk about this stuff. I don't do this. This,
Right.
us talking, this stuff, taking an interest in everything going on, not something I do. But
Right.
after spending a lot more time with Zell than I've ever spent, I've definitely come to realize that I need to start protecting what's important. So,
Mhm.
and doing it on the down low.
Right.
There are other weapons that we can use to protect ourselves that are not necessarily loud and violent.
Right.
You want to provide a service to the city.
Mm.
You want to provide a service to people who are outsiders, right?
Yeah. Obviously.
Have you thought about opening up your coffee shop to become a legal clinic?
Hmm. I have thought of that, at least once or twice, but
Well, but
but a lot of things going on right now. A lot of people getting who are able to be bought into by like donations, lobbyists, etc. It would make operating above the table a little bit finicky at the moment. And I know that it's not really as safe in some way, shape, or in some ways, but gray market stuff might have to be what a lot of people go to because they just don't have the resources.
Hmm.
Or they
You
don't
forget-
have.
you forget where we are.
True. But that
But-
being said, there's just a lot of factors that we need to consider.
Mm-hmm. I know. And I'm looking into that. Specifically, looking into ways where if you can keep everybody private, you can continue to deliver via coffee. Nobody has to know. Private information can stay private.
Right.
And there are ways to make it seem as if, a very rude person is attacking somebody doing genuine good in the city and genuine good for
Right.
people and having a social media presence.
Right.
We're fighting an enemy that needs followers, faith and belief to operate. But we can also use that too. And in many ways, we could. There are places in Seattle that do what I'm suggesting. You don't know that they're a clinic on the outside until you go inside and figure it out. You learn by word of mouth. They're completely legal. They do everything in private, and they help people who don't have the funds. Just like you want to do.
Mhm.
And this would give him less of a reason to think that you're doing anything shady.
Right.
The less ammunition we give them, the better.
That's true.
The more that we can work within the systems that are around.
Hmm.
Thank you for being.
Trust me, I know about
good little sub.
working within a system.
Hey.
The more that we can do with that, the safer we become and the safer those around us become.
Freya, thank you very much for resubbing it
Why?
for 55 months. Holy shit.
So
Hope you're doing well.
I just
hon.
want you to know that I'm working to protect everyone.
Hmm.
To help protect everyone. I know we all can protect ourselves to an extent. I know we're all trying. But I want to do more now than I've done before in the past. Because there have been several moments where I have felt powerless and out of place. And I don't think anybody should feel that. That makes sense?
Mhm.
Okay. Anyway,
Oh,
sorry.
I was gonna say, do you have any like stuff I can use to pursue that sort of thing?
Yes, and I brought some.
Right.
Here is everything. All the books and everything are marked. Exactly what you would need to get the ball rolling on this process.
Damn. All right. I can go over with this with Kendra and see what we can come up with. Same with the rest of the folks at the shop.
And it's better if you do have a united effort and everything. And I may be able to find some people. I can ask around. I know a lot of people are probably looking for the opportunities to help who may want to help. There's a lot of good that happens when you try to be reliable to the neighborhood.
Right.
I
I really appreciate it.
I want to make sure that you keep going.
Thank
I want to
you.
make sure we all keep going.
Appreciate that. And hey, if you need some help getting the repair shop going, or continuing going, I'll absolutely help however you can.
I appreciate that.
Hmm.
What's your favorite color?
I mean, kind of a toss-up, really.
Toss up between.
Probably just like lavender and rose.
Cool.
Like rose pink, not red.
I got what you're saying. Okay. All right. It's what I want to. I'm gonna have surprises for everybody, and
Oh,
more surprises on the way.
nice.
It's gonna get dangerous
Yeah.
for everybody. People in my neighborhood are already talking about it, and it's gonna get dangerous. And it's better to be prepared.
Always gets better before it gets worse, right?
Yeah, or it always gets worse before it gets better. One of the
Fair.
two. All right. That's what I wanted to discuss with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
No,
alright.
we'll seriously look into this stuff.
Please do. Because even though we live in a place that has a lot of these, we always need one more. Anyway, enough of that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home and drink.
Fair. I have some more stuff to take care of.
Of course. And take care of those close to you.
Will do.
And make sure they know. As much as you're willing to tell them, but they need to
Yeah.
know. Okay. Anyway,
Mhm.
All right.
and then I leave.
All right. So, we'll do the mention scene in a second here. I think now is as good a time as any to take a quick bathroom break if we've not done so already.
Break time.
It's a good idea.
All right.
I need to refill my water.
All right.
Yeah.
Is the plan.
In the case of nuclear or radio...
Okay, everyone, we're back.
Aye.
Do we have everyone?
Don't think so.
Oh, okay. All good. I do love seeing a crafty demon get to work and make cool devices. Let's have a look at chat while we're waiting for everyone. Brazen saying, demons conspiring to help, shelter, and protect the weak and defenseless. You know, I love that.
I'm back.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back. Just going over chat here, and I was saying about how crafting gadgets is always a fun little thing here. Round out your fellow party members' abilities by giving them a watered-down version of your own. Especially since Maddie can basically make, like, +1 weapons now.
So if you think about it, the taking care of those who can't for themselves and house the unhoused ones. Demons in this game are basically anarchists, so that tracks.
Yeah, we kind of are. Be gay, do crime. But, you know, the amount of crime that you do is in proportion to how much power you have. So just get more power, and you can be more gay and do more crime.
Yay.
That's just math. Just beat my games. Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
The anarchist Molotov cocktail? That's obviously not at all political and anything. Is into games where you're playing anarchist? What?
Truly unexpected.
Who would have thought?
No, it's too political. Get comfy.
What is it that the McElroys say that like they had that like no bummers rule, which was it would like sure like having like no negative vibes can be fine and all, but also you know that can be taken too far in the other direction as well. I told them about Asta. I think I've mentioned Asta to some degree to Baffy, but I think that's about it. Asta was a very political character.
Politics? Again?
I know, right? What are the odds?
So weird.
But yeah, do we have everyone?
I think the nigga's still missing.
Yep, looks like Brock is still muted.
Mhm.
We all doing okay so far?
I'm doing good. I may have to get up and deal with a cat that's been having anxiety, panic attack problems. So,
Oh.
Aw. What kitty?
yeah. That's a whole thing.
Yeah, my kitty is mellowed out somewhat in her old age, but will still freak out at occasional things like a soda bottle or a soda can opening.
She's been past couple of weeks have been rough on her, and she's been kind of like thrown around.
Aw.
And
Not like literally thrown around, like circumstances. She's just not doing well. I mean, she's eating and she's drinking, but right now she's hiding in a small box and whimpering at me. So I may have to get up and.
Poor
It's kind of breaking my heart a bit.
Sorry to hear that. Alright, but it sounds like we've got everyone, but if you do need to head out at any point, I totally get it.
Mhm.
It would only be for a little bit,
Okay.
just to calm her down.
Alright. Well, in the okay. Heading onwards into the evening then. Before everybody shows up, Zell gets a call on their phone from June's burner phone.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Marianne? No, you.
I pick up.
Like, hey, Short Round says that you're planning to do something dangerous and stupid, and I want in.
Be more than happy to have you with us.
All right. Same fancy places before.
Same fancy places before.
All right. I'll be right there.
All
And then
right.
she hangs up. So by the time everybody else makes it there, she arrives a little fashionably late on her mint green Indian bike with Isabella in tow.
I got June. Hi.
It's like, oh, hi May. You're glad to see you in one piece. Although, I guess we'll see if that holds up. You fall on any stairs recently?
I wasn't very much pushed around lately.
That depends. When was the last time she saw you?
Yeah. June gives like May like an affectionate like punch on the shoulder that probably hurts a little more than she intended it to.
That reminds me, I still owe you one.
Yeah, you think you're in a position to pay it back yet?
I can try. I certainly was gonna ring you up at some point.
Well, maybe I can give you some pointers before we do whatever stupid thing you're planning on doing. Isabella kind of raises a hand and says, "Yeah, why did I see a church and all of you heading into it?"
Probably because that's what we're about to do.
Because that's the stupid thing.
Yeah.
The very stupid thing. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, I figured, if you were all planning to go, then least we can do is help you out again. We're here for a few more days.
I mean, not gonna say no to a few extra hands, right?
Definitely not.
And June says, yeah, and judging from the way you all fight, I think you need somebody who can, actually fight.
Hey, if you're willing to teach, I've been looking for somebody who could show me the ropes of not dying or getting my ass handed to me.
Well, we might do a train session together then.
Group sparring, nice.
Well, if you're planning on, if you need to do anything first, I'd say you do that before I beat your asses.
Fair.
I certainly hope you're gonna be there. Anyway, the plan?
there a plan?
That's why I'm
I think we've
asking.
come up with one just yet.
The plan appears to be that we get to the church, we try to infiltrate it as stealthily as possible, and we stop permission from doing whatever it is that is going to reaffirm his followers' devotion, which in all likelihood is going to be stigmatizing them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do we know what church he's using?
We should.
Yep. It's the it's known as Downtown Cornerstone Church. A surprisingly pretty place. And I'm gonna pop it up on the stream there for people to see.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, it's very big. There's plenty of room for combat to happen in that church.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a
Alright.
boss room.
It does look
It
like
does.
a boss room.
Complete with
you ever
the-
just walk into a room in a game and look at it and go, "Wow, there's gonna be some wicked combat happening here."
Mhm.
It's like, so this is the room where I'm gonna get my ass kicked. Nice.
it's a perfect place for Latin to start being chanted as well.
Mhm. So this is why there's so much stuff sitting in the room just outside of this one.
A
Yeah.
save point just outside the door. What? Why? I'm just going inside a
Alright.
building.
5 gets you. If this is the case, 5 gets you 10. There's some kind of like communion stuff there that they'll probably be using.
Is this a
Yeah.
public event? Like, do people know it's going on? Like, is it something that all of his followers are aware of that he's talked about?
Your intel
Or is
from Vladimir suggests that this is a private event that's being held for just the most loyal of his people after dark.
Fun, cool.
So that means a small crowd, but it also potentially means an armed crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially an armed crowd, they say.
Well, yes, potentially.
All right. So, from what I understand, y'all have figured out what kills this thing.
Yep.
Mm,
I hold up a bottle of I believe it was Brown Recluse, Brown Recluse anti-venom.
Yep.
mm.
Huh. Not the weirdest thing I've ever seen, but you know.
It does make sense considering this asshole is infringing on my spider motif.
Mm.
So,
So yeah, I suppose y'all should gear up with whatever you plan on doing so before before we do this little sparring thing. And I mean, hey, if you've got any like knives or anything I can throw. I don't really
Well,
I don't really do guns.
I'd
I
like
need
to.
my knives.
I'd like to just bring up. So this is. How do we want to handle this? Because going in guns ablazing, knives, all kinds of things could be a little suspicious.
We could do this subterfuge style.
Well,
I don't think guns blazing is the right idea, especially since there's some eyes on a few of us at the moment.
We certainly
we-
have to be sneaky about getting in.
Mm-hmm.
June kind of drums her fingers on like a coffee table and sipping whiskey. And so, okay, so I'm following your lead here. Like, are we caving in skulls? Are you gonna try and be like touchy feely? Are you planning to, I don't know, kill him before he does this? Like, what's your play? Like, what's the level of violence on the dial here?
Well,
I think
sorry.
we don't really know where they're gonna be before that event, so that rules out anything before that. I have prepared a little gift, small SMG full of those rounds.
Cute.
It's gonna be a nice gift, let's say, in case we need it.
Okay, so definitely kill this angel, but like, what about the bystanders?
I can make them cower in fear. But without the gun.
Permissions ban is that he cannot attack us directly so long as he has followers that are willing to fight. So ideally, we want them bruised but not terrified into fleeing.
I can keep something out. And if I remember right, weren't they rather dazed when coming out of this trance-like state? We might use that to as some sort of veil for our identity when we get out of there.
Well, if
There's another option that I was thinking of at the moment.
yeah,
How much of that recluse venom do we have left that hasn't been pumped into the SMG rounds and stuff?
Oh, Zell has some.
We've got a good amount of it, and some of it is in the esoteric armory now.
Okay. And if I'm right, and this church being very Catholic in its appearance, if he's going to be doing some kind of communion thing where he's going to stigmatize them all, he would have to also take a drink of it as well as a show of, like, you know, he's part of the group, part of the body, whatever bullshit nonsense.
I like your way of thinking.
Poison the
I mean,
well?
well, that's a good idea if that's what he's going to do to these followers. He could just be he could be used. Churches rent themselves out for parties and events and things that don't have to be religious in nature. They just have to possibly align with whatever views the church has. The church doesn't want to associate with anybody that doesn't hold their values.
Right.
I would also be able to say firsthand that is not at all necessary for you to inflict stigmata on someone.
Right.
Also, do you remember that weird guy that grabbed me at the park? That was obviously different to the other crowds. I assume they are gonna at least be there, if not the stock puppet for that event.
That is a very real chance.
I'm
We
gonna.
could
Sorry.
also use our new asset here to go and take a look at them. Looks over to Nevermore.
A stakeout of the church, you know, or at least a visit to the church wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea.
Where are we discussing this right now?
In the mansion. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I assumed we were in the mansion.
Okay.
If we send Nevermore to take a look around things, we could get a better lay of the land or of what things are doing. We could even maybe catch him. He's an arrogant piece of shit. He could also be monologuing. Or talking to somebody who's his little toady in this, because he's not alone. He has people helping him.
Of course.
I'm gonna say.
And as we already know, he loves an audience.
I'm going to have Maddie make a roll here. In this case,
Mhm.
it's going to be wits and computer.
Wit computer.
Yes. Just something for her to like think of off the top of her head.
Okay. And any bonuses or anything? Oh wait,
let's see.
would any of my I have specialties of because computer is also my my assist skill, but I have specialties for hacking and internet. But I don't think those would have any.
Let's
Or
say
would they?
internet. This'll be applicable.
Okay, so would it still get 9 again?
Yes.
Fantastic. Boop, boop. It's gonna say download knowledge, but it's Wits computer.
Okay.
There we go.
3 successes. Maddie has a thought like based off of observations of everything that you've seen of the Red Hat cultists so far.
Mm-hmm.
Every time they've attacked you, they've all been listening to the traditional Patriot radio on their phones. Any of the ones that were listening to it on their phones were able to manifest angelic abilities that were definitely way above the regular abilities of mortals.
I definitely bring that up. It's like another thing we have to consider.
Can you write them or anything?
Hmm?
Can you somehow disturb the signal or fry the phones or...
With enough time, yeah. There's a surprising number of things that are legal in the name of privacy and self-defense. So, yes, there is that there is a possibility of being able to do something on a massive scale. I don't know if we have enough time to be able to do something on a massive scale. On a localized scale, like a local area of us, yes.
Is there a transformer nearby we can probably just shatter?
Alternatively, cell phone jammers are certainly a thing that one could purchase.
That's what that's what I'm going for. Is that cell phone jammers are easily purchasable and give a good local to us in the particular area, and they're good for, and they come with the built-in. Well, I'm just trying to make sure that my privacy is safe kind of excuse. Granted, another thing we have to kind of worry about, quote unquote, is doing. If we do damage to the church, somehow getting it to be blamed on the followers of Permission as opposed to this being some sort of random attack that has, been dealt against the true patriots.
June says, leave that to me. I can make it look like an accident.
Perfect. Because if we
Sounds
can
good.
make it seem like the true patriots are perhaps abusing, what privileges they have been given, because this is slightly out of character. I'm going to assume that this reality, this timeline we're in, is very similar to our own in that church attendance is constantly dropping,
Oh yeah.
and people at churches are always looking for a way out to support a different church and have no loyalty whatsoever.
Yep.
Oh, there's a lot of empty buildings in Michigan. Anyway.
You don't say.
Oh my gosh.
I could tell you all about it.
Oh boy.
Another
My
thing you might need to
dad's been
consider.
keeping me informed on that. But anyway, so if we can make, if the church would be accepting of these patriots because they, stand for what they are standing for, and they trust them. And if we disabled their trust, that church would, try to separate themselves from that group as much as possible in order to save face and to save people, save people in seats. So if we're going to do this, we want it to look like the Patriots, did it. And it's, due to their shenanigans that they just can't be trusted like they have been amongst the like-minded people of their little cult.
Mhm.
No offense
Suits
to
me.
cults, though. Your cult is awesome.
All right, and I'm adding a beat to the jar here for Maddie's like thought-provoking commentary here for that falls in line with the prepared for anything.
Mhm.
Oh,
Additionally, no, go ahead.
I think it won't be all too difficult to get in if we probably just get some red caps.
oh
Hmm.
no, getting in shouldn't be a problem. Also, churches have a lot of ways inside.
Hmm.
Especially the bigger the building, the more ways inside they have.
Do you think there's gonna be a window further up?
Yes.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, like those old churches, like they got entrances all over the place. Up
Mhm.
above,
I
here
could-
below.
I think
Mhm.
I could climb up and get through one of the windows if it's open, or get it open.
Sure. You
So-
get us some intel if we need to. I can knock out the guards. She says reluctantly.
One thing we might want to also consider is with the March of Progress, some churches also have a PA system or a speaker system to
Oh yes.
broadcast to the people in the back or the people in the cheap seats, as it were. So we might have to consider shorting the sound system as well. If the jammer doesn't already do that, we should also need to take that out too.
Oh, that's not a problem. If you can get me to their source of power, we can get this done.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Also, I still feel like it's a good idea to send in Nevermore to take a look around.
Maybe snatch some caps from unsuspecting idiots.
Mm-hmm. Get us some disguises.
Yeah, you already have a couple of caps from previous encounters. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
we-
dudes
get-
we knocked out.
yeah. So
And the one we
having
converted.
having those caps won't be an issue if you want to simply walk in disguised as one of them.
we can use Nevermore to look up at some stuff, and if Nevermore is up for it and other things like that, but us taking individual, not group, visits around the area, I already walk around much of Seattle as it is. It wouldn't be out of place for me to all of a sudden find myself, in a neighborhood. There's a couple things I need to investigate anyway, so.
Oh, it's a good it's always good to case the joint. If although it sounds a little now, it's sounding a little less dangerous. Not quite
Well,
as
I also
stupid.
want to I also want to bring up, because May has the gun. If none of the Red Hats have guns, that would be a definite giveaway that something else happened.
It is. We
'cause
can
they
keep
might-
it for emergency.
Because they may be armed, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're armed. Seattle does allow you to have a permit and register your gun and everything, but it's not really looked upon the greatest, even amongst the people who are big on that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get me close and guns won't be a problem.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's just for emergency for that particular asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie looks over at Zell. How would you like to handle any part of this? Because I know we've been getting you involved in a lot of stuff.
Yes. Well, first things first, we should have code names. I don't want
Agreed.
I don't want anybody's names getting dropped in front of an angel again.
Oh, Zal, that is such a good idea. How did you come off that?
No, I agree. I agree 1,000%. Masks, other things to obscure ourselves. Anything that can be done to obscure ourselves would be great.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Mhm.
I think that shouldn't be a problem. It's just who does get them, or if we...
We should also make sure that these names aren't too clearly attached to us.
Oh, no clever nicknames, no or anything like that. Pick a nickname that has absolutely nothing to do with anything that you're about.
You mean with our covers or our real form?
And either, like,
Choose a name that you would like us to use. If you want it to be something that that can be more easily be remembered to be you, make sure it's abstracted perhaps a degree or two.
exactly.
For example, I would take the name Glass because it can be a shortening of spyglass, as in an observer, as in an analyst.
I love it. That works out perfectly. And we don't have to come up with the code name today if you need time to think about it, but definitely something that needs to be thought of and given to the group when we can.
If nothing else, we need to be absolutely certain that no one's name, even initials, is being uttered when we're on a mission.
Yep, code names only.
I think I've got mine figured out.
I think I'll need to think about that.
I think I'll use spoiler as mine.
Oh.
Somebody who sabotages someone's enjoyment of something. A saboteur.
Nicely done. Anyone else?
I'll need some time to think about it.
June cracks her knuckles with a sound like almost like a bullet going off and says, I'll use codename Vesta. Vesta, like the goddess of hearth and home in Roman mythology. The
Hestia in Greek.
Yes, Hestia in Greek, Vesta in Roman.
All right.
Because I've got a lot of kids at home counting on me, and I have a lot of fire for anybody who fucks with them.
Very fair.
Right, so we have
I
glass.
think I'll go with crack for now.
What was that?
I think I'll go with crack for now.
Crack.
Crack.
The ones you find on the wall. Unsure what might be behind it.
Fair enough.
Alright, so we have glass, spoiler, Vesta, crack. And then Maddie's gonna think on it.
Out of character. I'm terrible at this stuff.
That's okay.
Oh, me too.
So I'm trying to play it off as Maddie's trying to think about it because
You know what?
Actual Maddie is just like,
You know what I'd suggest for you is Oni.
Oh yeah, okay, yes,
That's
a good one.
And Isabella says, go with La Sombra.
That works.
Any particular reason for that?
Gift my mom gave me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Would the tasers that I made be ready for this
Ye-
meeting?
Sure, yeah. Anyone who has dots and weaponry can grab
Okay.
one of them.
Well, I'm going to give one to everyone.
Ooh.
Can I still take one? Because I have tasers as my brawl thing.
Yep.
This is a special taser.
What's so special about them?
Well, it's better than your average taser, and it has 2 modes. Standard mode. This is for making sure that people stay out of your way or back off from you. Then, if you flip this part here, twist it, it's a bit more I want you down kind of mode.
Careful how you say that.
It could be used that way.
It's like, why does this setting just say Violet Wand? Yeah, those will have the stats of a stun gun, but it'll also give a +1 to the attack roll because they are gadgets with, like I built it, embedded in them.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Maddie can basically make +1 weapons.
Yep. I'm gonna be
Sweet.
making +1 stuff for people if you need it. I want to make your gear. I want to make your stuff.
Can you upgrade our gear that we already have?
Yes, I can.
Just be careful where you do it because it does it requires ether and puts up a small energy signature when you do so.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So purchasing the communications jammer is, I want to say that's a 2 resource purchase.
I do have 2 resource.
Okay. So yeah, you can pick up a cell phone jammer then later on. In order to feel free to add it to your inventory now. Basically, doing so will temporarily reduce your resources to 1.
Yeah, I'm giving the thing to Maddie because she probably knows better how to use it.
That's fair.
It's probably not a good idea to give it to me if I'm going to be doing anything related to the power and the PA systems and things. I mean,
It's a fairly easy to use device.
yeah.
It can even be stuck to walls and such.
Mhm.
If you've ever played Payday 2, then it's basically one of those.
I had a college professor who had one
Nice.
and used it when he felt people were not paying attention.
Damn.
And boy, was he right.
So,
But yeah, it is depending on their different styles, but it's generally a point a button. Or push a button, not point a button. Push a button.
right.
I think I was trying to say push a button and point, but you don't have to point it. You just have to push the button. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Isabella says, "Yeah, I will. I will stick back then and make sure that if anything goes sideways, I can swoop in and save the day."
Mhm.
Yeah. June kind of sticks out a thumb in Isabella's direction and says, "Yeah, Short Round's predictions are a little, little weird." And June, do you have to call me Short Round in front of everyone? Yes, I do.
How short is she?
She's like like 5'2".
Okay, I'm shorter than her.
The fact that
That's like,
yeah,
that's hilarious. I'm just sitting here,
Hmm.
being like, short round over here, and I'm like, really? Huh?
Hmm.
Okay.
it's a nickname. She'll explain. When I was a kid and Aunt June was babysitting, one of the first movies we ever watched was it's a whole bunch of those old Indiana Jones films. Oh, don't call them old. Like now you don't make me feel old. You have literally claimed to have been around at the fall of Egypt. You know, the Passover, all of that. Do not tell me that you feel old just because of that. It's like, yeah, but shut up.
Hmm.
All right. Anything else we should know about this plan?
I don't think so.
We're going
Oh, sorry.
we're going to take a great deal of care to make sure that we can bleed out as much of Permission's essence as possible.
Oh, this baby will help a lot with that.
Makes sense.
Oh, since we've got plenty of the venom, do you mind if I have a vial or two?
Sure, I can give you some.
Go ahead and have some.
Thank you.
I will not be bringing so much of my powers to bear this time. My cover has seen better days as it is.
That's what that's what I was concerned with.
It's gotten worse since last we saw each other.
Oh
Okay.
no. We need to stop some leaks.
We do.
All right. Well,
like-
oh, sorry.
I feel there are more leaks that I'm not aware of yet. We'll find them too.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna pull a map out and kind of show everybody. So, I've been getting a lot of jobs from this this area, and it seems to be growing. This neighborhood has been reporting their grills no longer working
Okay.
That's
at a
specific.
at a growing rate.
Hmm.
A growing rate of problems, and it seems to be extending outward a little bit.
Interesting.
That sounds suspicious.
Oh yeah, I appreciate the work, but yeah.
Any idea what it might be?
Not yet, but I'm going to.
Well, we have some time before this weekend.
Yeah. I am glad that we met up, but I am definitely going to be doing some stuff on my own. I'll keep you all
Understandable.
informed. I'll keep you all informed, obviously, but yeah. Anyway,
Mhm.
Also, now that I think about it, I might need to go in through the door with you because my idiot designer focused more on the aesthetics and didn't give me actual good capabilities of climbing.
Oh my god.
no?
You were given claws and fangs and you can't punch, and you've been given like whatever, but you
I
can't
was-
climb as a.
I was
What?
given tatters, I was given spurs, and look at those wimply noodle arms.
I'll say. Seems
I
like
think
you.
whenever you hit Primum 3, you're gonna want your modification to be inhuman strength. Unless you have fighting finesse, in which case inhuman dexterity, whatever it is.
Human strength
Hmm.
might be useful to get a hold and use those fucking things.
Well, like I said, if you take fighting, finesse, brawling, then you'll be using dexterity.
Yeah,
So,
but in human strength, I might as well use for climbing too.
that's a good point. Like, all right, well, in that case, you'd better show me what you got.
Gladly.
So,
Danica?
you got somewhere where I can beat the tar out of these two?
So,
I don't believe I do.
Then we should probably get out of your hair.
yeah.
Back at the gym where we met?
Sounds good. So, yeah, you can you can ride on my bike, mate.
Oh, nice.
Gladly.
Ooh.
It's like, hey, Showground, I feel weird leaving you alone, but you tell me if you call if anything happens, and I will come back and burn this place to the ground and anyone who's left. Yes, and June.
You mean the church, right?
Yeah, that too, obviously.
I'm going to fix her with a look that very much communicates or die trying.
She smiles.
I don't.
So,
Wonderful company we keep.
so yeah, June will take Danica and May to go beat the shit out of them for a while. They are definitely going to be hurting by the end of that. Meanwhile, Isabella will sit kind of awkwardly with Zell for a moment after they've driven off and says, I kind of get the feeling that you wanted to say something.
Oh, hold on.
I get the feeling saying something would have been a waste for that one.
Aunt June is not someone who messes around with words that much. Says what she means and means what she says, and very straightforward. But I think you wanted to say something to me.
I glance over at her. What for?
Well, when we were taking care of that warehouse, you I don't know, it kind of felt like you were looking at me a little weird.
Oh, I was intrigued by your abilities, including your ability to immediately identify the linchpin of the warehouse.
Oh, yeah, that. Well, she like holds on for a second and like closes her eyes and just like briefly like sticks her fingers to her temples and like massages them a little bit, and then when she opens her eyes, her like pattern of speech has changed. It's like, if we're gonna do this, then I'm gonna need to talk properly. But
Zell just fixes her with a more intrigued look.
Under most circumstances, have you seen Star Trek Next Generation?
No.
Really? Oh, shit! That I was banking on that. I don't say contractions under most circumstances. I just can't.
Very interesting.
Yeah, kind of something I've had since birth. And it takes a takes a moment of like really thinking about it and concentrating on it to to kind of turn it off. But yeah, my mom was a demon, and well, my mom is a demon. My dad is, mostly human. Well, yeah, what demon parent, like human, like demon dad, human mom. Somewhere along the line, all of that ended up twisting into something not quite of either.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and that's not all.
Go on.
Tell me 2 things that are true, and 1 thing that's a lie.
I'm just sort of I'm just sort of like entertained by this. Same. Because, I have to think of things that I have to think of 2 truths and a lie, but I also have to think of a lie that
Mm-hmm.
could be passable.
Exactly.
How about I have been to, in one form or one time or another, every single continent. I have led another cult before this, and I have never had a romantic relationship.
Roll a number of dice equal. Roll a number of d10s equal to your cover.
Oh, well, that's not great. Oh, 2 successes.
Out of character, which one of those was the lie?
I have led another cult before this.
She says, "Okay, yeah, you have definitely been to every continent, and yeah, the never being in a romantic relationship, that's true. Which leaves the leading another cult before this as a lie."
Interesting.
It's like, yeah, kind of figured it out when I was on the run. My one of Aunt June's, I hate to say friends, she's kind of a bitch, but yeah, kind of came after me and tried to bring me home.
There's a little glint. There's a little glint in my eye when she says that her Aunt June's a bit of a bitch.
Oh no, one Aunt June's like friend that came to pick her up.
Oh, never mind.
Nifke time. Thank you very much for the raid.
I figured out what exactly.
Yeah, her name. Yeah, she said. I forget what name she said it was, but like it wasn't her real name. And I pointed out that it wasn't her real name, and then she said, yeah, she seemed pretty stunned by that. But I was like 11 at the time when it happened.
Oh, whoa. It's a raid.
You can tell when demons are lying.
Sometimes. It takes a lot of effort, but more often than not, yeah.
Can I
Fornea,
make
thank you very much for the raid.
a cult roll to piece that together?
Go for it. For
Do
those
I
who don't
get
know
any bonuses for context clues or?
I will say, yeah, because she's been giving you information, yeah, get a +2 on that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, for those who don't
2
know me, my
successes.
name is Lola, and the world's only Molotov cocktail VTuber.
Does that at least get
We're
me
currently
the
playing Demon
general,
Citizen.
without specifics?
Yep. For as far as you know, only the most like pure blood, like demon-blooded, like humans are able to do that. You've kind of made a little bit of study about it. That there are 3 types of demon blood. It's latents that basically awaken to their powers if they are awakened in the same way that a stigmatic might be. Offspring, who gain their powers round about puberty, because of course. And fractals, who typically the parents of like 2 demons, who basically start off with their powers from birth. And they're the only ones who can tell if demons are lying, and they have to really try to do it. But they're also the ones who are most likely to develop other powers, like not getting lost in infrastructure and being able to manipulate ether.
You said it's fractals?
Mhm.
Huh. So you're a fractal, then.
Thank you for patronizing.
Yes, that's the name for it, yeah.
Enjoy your stay.
Thank you very much for
I
the follow,
assume
yeah.
there's
How was
any
Raft?
number of different names for different things, but that is the most commonly used name.
Makes sense, that's a repeating pattern, right?
That it is.
So yeah, it's I didn't know this kind of stuff growing up. My mom was taken from me when I was born and replaced with an angel that looked just like her. So I really didn't get to know all this shit when I was growing up. But like one other thing that I've found growing up and finally reaching out to like other people like me is we always know who our parents are just by look. Mom could switch covers tomorrow and I'd still know it was her if she was man, woman, a kid, an adult, an animal, a building, whatever.
It's an invaluable skill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they tried real hard to stop me from getting into the family business, but you know how that goes.
Well, when you have those powers, sometimes you just can't help but use them.
Yeah, I was kind of a little shit as a kid. You know, I always wanted to. You know, Dad was always away hunting some crazy monster to try and make the world safer for me, and all he ever really did was make himself a hero I wanted to be like.
Bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy, then.
Yeah, a little bit. But hey, if it makes you feel any better, I like doing it.
I'm glad you do. Purpose that makes life meaningful, isn't it?
Sure is. So, you said your cover was in danger. Are you gonna be okay?
I use the in-game appropriate way of communicating that I missed a couple compromises, and that my cover is now at 5. It's not in immediate danger, but it is at the point where it would be too easy to snowball into losing it altogether.
Well, I hope you've got something lined up then.
I could have any number of things lined up in a heartbeat. I'd rather maintain what I have, though.
That's fair. Aunt June usually only takes someone else towards the end of her life.
I'd rather not take anyone else if I can. I'll take bits and pieces that they'll offer. Although, I'm certain that most anyone here would offer me their life if I asked it.
Well, you know, that's kind of admirable that you don't take advantage of that.
This cult has a mission, has a purpose for each and every member. It would be doing them a disservice to take away what time they had for that. I think Isabella would be the only one who'd be able to see through this, if that's even I don't know if you want me to roll cover again.
Sure, if that isn't true, then she can roll against it.
It's a partial truth.
Okay.
That's only a 1.
Like, I don't think that's entirely true.
Is
I
it
think
not
there's-
true?
Well, there's true, and there's more true. What's the more true answer?
What do you like to drink?
Well, yeah, I Crown and Coke.
I look down at her. I'm like, what? How old is she again?
18. What? My dad started giving me like little bits at family parties when I was like 15. He said it was better to raise me in a place where I could safely explore it than get shit-faced in college.
I just sort of like Zell just sort of like closes their eyes and sort of nods to the side and says, "I suppose that's the least dangerous thing to your health these days."
Yeah.
I turned to one of my cult members and just sort of nod to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I excuse the two of us.
At the mention of like being exposed to danger, she make a wits and empathy roll.
Wits and empathy. I'm actually halfway decent at that. I'm actually great at that. Never mind.
Oh shoot.
I mean, I'm great when the dice allow me to be.
You notice that like almost unconsciously, her hand goes up to a small scar underneath her like right eye.
Definitely make note of that. And so once I'm once we're like away from the other side, say, much as I do try to keep myself separate from them all, making it's simply easier to observe the cult's operations when I'm not directly involved. I can't help but find a great deal of passion for the studies and interests of the cult. There's something compelling about the way they search for meaning and purpose in death. Well, I do sometimes believe that perhaps their attention is misplaced.
I think there's more to spending time in the world that we've got right now rather than stepping into the new one beyond.
I think that perhaps they want there to be something more to death because they don't want death to be the end.
I mean, I've seen enough ghosts to know that it's not the end. But
Yes, but how many spirits are really enjoying their ever after?
not that many. So, yeah, I think it's good to enjoy what you have right now while you have it. You've got forever to be dead.
You might have forever to be alive too.
Oh, no, not yet. Not yet.
Oh, Zell's not looking
Mm.
at Zell's not looking at Isabella when they say that.
Yeah, but you notice that like there's like a flash of like something on her face that perhaps that's brought up a memory.
I've offered you one insight into myself. I'll let you choose which one you answer. What happened with that scar? Or, perhaps more interestingly, why did you respond that way to my comment?
She raises a like finger to her lips and just like rubs thoughtfully for a moment, just like a little stimming like tick.
Stimming?
Stimming? Like
What
I haven't been
whatever could that be?
like I haven't been stimming this whole time. When well, it all kind of happened round about the same time, but when I was 12, and we were still kind of figuring things out, we ended up turning a whole city into stigmatics. It's a long story. Long story short, some asshole who we were fighting against in some infrastructure summoned up a hurricane, and it kind of blew the entire like essence supply for that entire city just into a dispersal across just miles around and dumped a whole bunch of it into the Red River. And in all that, we kind of freed an angel that had been plugged into it all. She offered us pretty much anything that we could ask for with all of that power. And the thing that she offered that my dad had been thinking of was a chance to make me into a demon. And
Really?
yeah. And he said no. Well, not entirely. He's
Thank you for
he
being a
he
good
only said
little
no if
Reality.
she couldn't also turn him and the rest of the kids into demons too. Yeah,
Guess
Aunt
that wish
June.
wasn't all encompassing.
Yeah, Aunt June kind of talked him out a bit. Yeah. Kind of a lot of pressure to put on a 12-year-old.
Perhaps just a bit.
So she took all of that power and I don't know where she is now. But for about a minute, we were all on, in an attempt to escape the hurricane. She took us all to Cydonia.
Does that ring any bells or?
Make an intelligence and academics roll.
Academics. Nope.
That's not yeah. You've not heard of that place at all. At least okay. That's not a place you've heard of on Earth.
Interesting.
It's like yeah. We kind of wondered where she'd taken us until she pointed out that we were on Mars.
There,
kind-
for one of the first times ever, there is a genuine expression of surprise on Zell's face.
Yeah, we kind of asked how we were breathing, and she said not to worry about it. In fact, worrying about it would actively make it worse. Try not to think about it, but when she brought us back, been keeping an eye on things, and the new sometimes I see the news about how the rover found your moss growing there, and kind of wonder if that was the reason behind it.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So ever since then, you've had a certain amount of anxiety over the idea of living forever then?
Yeah, a little bit. I still go back and forth on whether or not I would have said anything, but if I could go back and do it all again. But what good would it do to change my mind now, right?
It's a very productive mindset, I believe.
I have had a lot of therapy.
That is very good. Not enough people in this world have therapy.
I mean, yeah, you kind of do have to go to therapy when your dad takes a shot at you.
That may be a story for another time.
She briefly touches the scar again and says, "Yeah, but hey, we'll go over that another time. This has been, I hope this has been interesting for me as it has for you, for you as it has for me."
It has been. And I hope you know that if you ever decide to travel on your own, the Occult Society of the Gravewalker Coven will be happy to have you.
And if you ever find yourself needing some, someone to come over here with some military grade hardware and blow some shit up, I'm sure I could talk Dad into something.
Good to hear.
And spend the rest of the evening in pleasant conversation and Crown and Coke. While, meanwhile, over at the gym.
Oh boy.
All right, I've been looking to blow off some steam.
Ah,
I think she's been looking to blow off someone's head. You ever played Rock'em Sock'em Robots, Ari?
No.
oh no.
I guess I should be scared then, based on that reaction.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot to say.
Mhm.
I did an aspiration at the mansion by giving everyone a gift of a taser.
Excellent.
Nice.
Oh, and Ari, did you give me your gun to modify? To modify?
No, I left it at home. I gave you.
Okay. The spider venom.
That was also at home. You might have only gotten the stuff that Zell had.
Okay. Okay.
I am gonna buy you the phone.
Right.
Jammer
I was trying to see if I could do another aspiration, but not right. I guess not. Sorry.
All good. We're working on it. Hey, maybe in the next couple of days here. So June kind of strips down into just tank top and shorts, you can see just her arms as well as all of her back have a full set of tattoos over them, and
Ooh.
if you make a wits and composure roll, that it counts as awareness if you have trained observer.
Both of us?
Yes,
I don't have trained observer.
that's okay. I think only one of you does.
Do I have? I don't think I have that.
I think Zell is the only one with trained observer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
If you let's see.
Oh my god, roll 20 is fucking up again.
Oh no.
Wait for a second. Was that a roll for me too, or?
Nope, we were just talking about how you're the only one that has trained observer.
Okay.
No success.
Okay. Danica
I'm
probably
to the
notices. Yeah. Maya's too distracted by the gay. Danica is objective enough briefly to notice that the tattoos around her arms, especially, they're very well done, but you get the feeling that they're hiding scars, particularly along injection points.
Ooh.
Yep, track marks.
Oh. So she sees that, makes a mental note of it, and goes, "Who does your ink?"
A few different people over the years.
Anybody local you can recommend?
In Seattle? God no. I'd try to stay out of Seattle as much as possible. I mean,
Fair.
she gestures broadly, like I didn't want to come to Seattle in the first place, but I couldn't say no to Short Round. But I do know, my local guy's called Incubus with a K.
Nice. I'll have to look them up. They also from home office or?
Originally.
Oh, nice. Good to know.
Yeah. She kind of catches you briefly checking the track marks and says, "Yeah, not mine, not originally." The person who made the deal didn't have long to live before I helped things out,
Right.
Fixed up her liver, gave her 10 years to sort her life out, figure out, have a place to live, make peace with her family, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's basically wrapped up in an end.
She deserved more than she was gonna get. And
That's what you do.
now I
I get
think
that.
now I think she's in a better place. Some people say there's nothing left after that. She twirls her arm to gesture, indicating that she's referring to a soul pact. But I've seen what happens if you squander it. Sometimes they come back and they're pissed. So it's not happened to me before, so I like to think that I've given them enough to put that to bed. Anyway, think fast. And she lunges directly at May. What is May's defense?
What is my defense? Let's see. 3.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay. She spins around and connects the heel of her foot to May's temple. And she instantly falls unconscious.
Oh,
Shit.
And then she like counts down from 3, snaps her fingers, and May regains consciousness.
Damn.
gosh. What the? Okay, if that's how we play. I go ahead and use the look.
Okay then. That's that sure is a thing. Let's see. Okay, her current supernatural resistance is 6, and her stamina is 3. So you're at a -9 penalty.
Use some willpower to put me on 3 dice.
Okay. For those who don't know, that ability is called Knockout Punch.
Mm-hmm.
2 successes.
It does no damage, but it instantly causes people to fall unconscious. Okay.
So I look into her eyes from down below, get up on my feet. She at this point probably notices that she can't really follow her head with my movement, and I go ahead and punch her in the stomach.
Okay. Roll. Do you have fighting finesse?
No.
Okay, then strength plus brawl. She has no defense.
3 dice. Two successes.
Okay, you punch her and break the look. So, not bad. She turns to Danica and says, "Hey, you getting in on this, or are you just gonna sit there and watch with a bucket of popcorn and some lube?"
Oh. Ooh.
You can grin like
Yeah.
she's trying to you can tell that she's like using banter to try and throw you off.
I'm actively getting red.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Ever
I'm,
since-
if I can say
Go
one
ahead.
thing, I'm trying really hard not to look at the dice rolls and be petty over the fact that Nay, 2 times in a row you got 2 successes on 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Me, on the other hand,
This is demon.
Yeah.
yes,
so-
it is.
Demon.
so-
This
so-
is literally sometimes demon.
Enjoy your pump stats, Queen.
Oh, I'm not getting anything next session. I had the same before, like you now.
sometimes my other players would just like refresh the page in the hopes that it would reset the dice in their favor. Whether or not that works is up to debate.
I mean, it did just refresh the page.
And then Zell just okay, Baffy instantly refreshes the page. Okay, Danica, go for if you have fighting finesse brawl, then you can use dex and brawl. Otherwise, use strength plus brawl.
I will. I will say though, before she said that,
Mm-hmm.
Danica kind of looked a little. I'm not very sure what the best word is to describe this emotion that she is feeling at the moment. She looks a bit
has
like
feelings.
She looks a bit reflective and kind of like that hits something a little bit. That story, and June's words kind of hit something. But then she says
Pensive, probably.
Pensive, probably, yeah. But yeah, but then she says that and she kind of like tries to snap out of it and it's like, all right. And you said it was what kind of thing, finesse?
If you have the fighting finesse merit, then you can use dexterity and brawl. If you do not, then you use strength plus brawl.
All right, so I do not have that. I want to pick that up next time that I have enough XP for it, but For now, just do what I gotta do right now. Do I get any extras? I don't get extras because there's no tasers involved. So yeah.
Right, yeah, but it is not being penalized by her defense. You can tell that she is basically leaving herself open to see if you hit like the useless gay that you are, or if you actually have something that can surprise her.
I'm probably going to hit like the useless gay that I am. Yep, hit like the useless gay that I am.
Not even hit. Well, actually, yeah, you do kind of hit,
Whiff.
and she's like, you know, Short Round was hitting like that when she was 12.
You know, it's kind of funny because we have some of the same features.
He goes, give me a break. I used to be a messenger, not a friggin' fighter. She does pop a knuckle, just like I did.
Yeah. Just like, okay. She like takes hold of your head and just like thumb out of the fist or you'll break it when you hit it. Like I found Short Round hitting her like her childhood friend when you over a whole thing and like she was ready for me to chew her out over like hitting someone, but like no, I'm like, you're doing it wrong.
Smack.
Yeah, so she like gives you a few pointers like, okay, do it again. The two she let's see, the two of you roll strength plus brawl once more.
Right.
One success.
Damn. Okay. You catch at one point that the amount of scars that she has over her body just like multiplies, like everything from like shoulders down and everything, and the two of you like hitting her, you realize that even if you do hit her in a way that causes a bruise, it basically vanishes within seconds.
Damn.
Like, yeah, you're right. I'm a destroyer, you know. This is what I do. But hey, at least this way, you two ladies can keep trying to hit me, and I'll feel it even less than I already was. And then then she's gonna hit both of you.
Oh.
Let's see.
87 bashing damage.
You say that.
It's not too far off. Maybe she did knock me out last time.
Both of you. What are your defenses?
3.
4.
Okay. So. Okay, she hits both of you for 3 bashing damage after having only scored a single success on both of you.
Damn.
Which should say something about how hard she can hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as she hits you with like a flurry of like fists and feet, you probably notice that her in between the frantically trying to block that, like, those knuckles and those feet have some like serious calluses, like someone who has spent their life punching a tree to like deaden the nerves.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, over time, yeah, you can appreciate that she still hones her craft and does a whole lot to be an expert in beating the shit out of people. So yeah, over the next few minutes, she succeeds in putting you both on the ground repeatedly. She actually has an ability called Whirlwind Strike, which lets her hit everybody who is in like close contact with her. But yeah, after a long time, after like a few minutes of getting your ass like seriously beat, she'll sit down with you with some Gatorade, go over a few like pointers of like what you could do differently, how to better apply your force, and yeah, with that, if you wish to spend XP on like putting more points in a brawl or like fighting finesse, then this will trigger a good moment for you to use as inspiration for that.
Right.
Fighting finesse is a 2-dot merit, requires you to have at least dexterity 3 and a specialty in weaponry or brawl.
Would it apply to both?
You have to get it once for each of them. One for brawl, one for weaponry.
Then no, I only have 1 XP anyway.
Fair enough. You can hold on to this as like a moment where you qualified for the ability to learn it. Like so. This like really stupid thing that you're doing is in a few days then, huh?
Yeah, and gotta admit, I think I'm just terrified.
Huh.
Funny being on the receiving end.
Yeah. There's no problem with that. You know, the real problem is, you know, the real problem with fear is not being afraid. The real problem is letting it control you. Which, you know, we kind of have a little bit of an advantage in that. And kind of shut off any of the little glands and shit which do fear if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Maybe, but I don't think I could run really all the time from it. Don't get me wrong, this is definitely terrifying in its own, but I think something else is that I've not known who I actually am, who I wanna be, what I wanna do for a while. And what comes after, because I doubt this is gonna go on like this forever.
Well, hey, you know, figuring out who you are isn't like it isn't like you find out the end to some like big mystery after like putting a certain amount of experience into a thing and you level up and ding, there's your revelation. It's something that you do day in, day out, and you at some point you realize you always knew. And hey, maybe you're not there yet. Maybe neither of you are there yet. Hell, maybe I'm not, but I'm comfortable where I am right now, and I didn't learn I didn't become more of who I was just because I found out the final mystery, you know?
Yeah, it is gonna be a long while before everything is clear, or even if. But
Yeah.
what I know is I don't want to go there alone.
Well, from what I can tell, you've got a pretty good team. You want to know what I found? Yep. I assume you've been looking for your keys, right? You seem like the kind of smart demon who'd be into that kind of thing.
I wish I could just look up in a book, but it also draws us to the danger.
Well, you know what? You know what I found? when I looked into everything.
Some stupid ideas from whoever came up with you?
It said, spoils of war are useless if not spent. Like, what kind of fortune cookie bullshit is that? But, you know, as stupid and trite as it is, it kind of struck a chord, you know? Like, sure, it's not everything, but it's kind of something I already knew. I just had to slow down long enough to realize it.
Didn't expect we'd get Confucius of wisdom in this.
It's like, well, hey, you all up for another round?
Yeah.
If you carry me again.
Hmm.
Because I might need that afterwards.
She definitely she spends a few more rounds pummeling the two of you into a purple bruised mess, and then yeah, she'll
A delicious fine paste.
mhm.
Sneaky little shit.
Yeah. The three of you can hit the showers afterwards, and she says to May, like, in between everything, like, show me what you've got on Sunday, and maybe we'll see where else we can apply some pressure points.
Ooh.
Woo, 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 woo.
If I didn't know at least a little bit in what direction all of this is going, I would be so lost in that.
If you choke Sunday, it's gonna be the worst day of your life.
What did you say?
I said if you choke Sunday, it's gonna be the worst day of your life.
Of course, yeah, you're right though. In any other circumstance, like, is this character hitting on me? I don't know. It's like we're all taking a shower together, and she's mentioning like pressure points. And just, I don't like that. There's a clear like her like. It's like she's made a landing strip and everything. Like I just don't. I'm not like I'm getting mixed messages. I can hear her laughing in the other room.
Are you are you like interested in me? Maybe we should kiss until you figure it out. Like as friends?
How long do you think we have to kiss until I can figure it out? It's like, well, I'm willing to go the distance.
Anon, I'm gonna kill you.
And then,
offering a hug before saying goodbye to Danica?
History will remember them as roommates.
Oh my god, they were
good
roommates.
friends. Good friends.
Sappho and her friend.
They may have been doing stretching exercises.
You can tell yoga on the bed.
You can tell how close they are because they have their hands linked and their legs linked. And
my favorite, my favorite was a statue of these two women, and it was pointed out that the pose that the two women were carved in was only ever used for married couples, and a bunch of historians went, they must have been really, really close friends to have been drawn or to have a carving done in such a pose. Only the
So good
closest
friends.
of gal pals.
such
Heracles and
friends,
Patroclus being
inseparable.
good friends.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Heracles
not,
and
not in
Patroclus?
fucking Hades.
Oh, yeah.
You mean Achilles?
Oh, was it Achilles? Okay.
Yeah, Hercules.
Okay.
It's Achilles and Patroclus.
Hercules did have a Hercules did have a boyfriend though.
There we go.
Yeah, his
Sorry.
name is Helias.
Waifu is bringing up the story of the tactical orgy, which we will have to go on another time. But yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it, because like the actual invasion of the infrastructure and all of that, I want you all to have a good like fresh run at it, have like new aspirations, so that you can farm beats while in the presence of angels and shit.
Right.
And also have a good opportunity to rest up and be ready for it, mentally, physically, emotionally. Yes, dear.
What? I told you.
Yep. We lost. Hang on. Hello? Discord?
There we go.
Hi.
Okay. My Discord apparently decided that was too much good roommating, so
Wow, Discord, really homophobic of you.
I know, right?
Discord.
Okay, before we go into the jar, I want to see if I can put something in there. Kick some ass when I hit her in the stomach.
You did manage to catch her off guard, and you did sucker punch her, so I will allow it.
That's one aspiration down.
All right,
Nice.
and also roll wits and intelligence.
Ooh.
The intelligent wit.
2 success.
All right, one is all you need.
Okay, let's see. I have third key, no questions. So
Okay, so then you get to know whether or not you already know it.
do I already know it?
So you've had that. You do not know your next key.
Talking.
I know, right? It's almost as if I picked them to not necessarily be ones you already knew. But that doesn't stop you from just buying ones like in the meantime and coincidentally ending up having the right keys.
True. But I am getting those questions relatively quick. I mean, I still haven't bought Hesitation.
Well, maybe worth it to up your primum. But hey, for now, everybody gets the traditional 2 beats each, and then there are exactly 4 beats in the jar.
Okay, so I have 2 questions. One is, since I was at 4 beats, could I preemptively spend my 4th experience to okay, technically I have 2 and a potential follow-up. Could I preemptively spend a 4th experience to give myself a dot of manipulation?
I will allow it, also partly because of how just absolutely like shit the dice rolls have been for you.
Thank you. So the follow-up to that is, could I potentially sort of maneuver a short aspiration, which was improve my access to my interlocks, which I quickly realized was secondary to improving my compromise odds, and clear that aspiration?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Also, one of my aspirations was clear glitch. So I
Which-
definitely did.
You
Which I did.
definitely, yeah, you definitely did that. In that case, yeah, go ahead and roll wits and intelligence.
Listen, roll 20. I need you to
on.
just be a homie here.
Reload
Alright.
again.
I'm rolling 7d10. Surely you can give me 1 success.
That is
It
that is
did, in
one
fact,
success.
Give me precisely 1 success.
Congratulations.
They gave you exactly what you asked for. How nice.
So, do I know my last key? No, right?
You do not.
Kind of figured. We are making progress though.
And you will definitely make progress next time, especially if you have aspirations that are related to kicking the shit in of whatever you find there.
So that is 2 beats in the jar from me.
Yep. Feel free to advocate whether or not you deserve those beats or who you would want to see them go to.
I just need 1 beat to get another experience, so I'd just be happy with 1.
How many beats are we all getting?
Well, there's
So
6 in the jar now, right?
yes, so that's like the traditional 2 for attendance and role playing, and then there's 6 beats in the jar. So everyone can
gets
get
1 to our left.
Mhm.
How many beats does everyone currently have?
If I get that 1, I now have 0 beats.
Yep. So then you have 5 experience. Wow.
Okay. So
I'm trying to think of what to spend it on.
so I got 2 short-term aspirations done. So that's 2 beats, right?
It is. Okay.
All right. So then I gained 1 experience, and now I'm 2 beats away from another XP.
You know those 2
No.
beats go into the jar, right? You don't get them
Oh,
for
the
yourself.
the 2 beats for showing up.
Oh, yeah, that,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. In
Yes,
that case, there are now 8 beats in the jar.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
everyone gets
so-
2.
Yep.
So
Oh, if
did,
everybody
did,
gets
did we
2.
all just do 2 short aspirations?
I guess so.
Not me.
I
did
did
only
not.
1.
I did
Oh,
1,
wait.
but I gained an extra experience point for impassioned speeches.
Yes, and for using your prepared for anything condition. All right.
Mhm.
Okay, so in that case, we all gain 2 then, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Then
Yes. All right.
Okay.
So, let's see. Is there anybody live right now that we can raid?
But if I make it to top 3, I will enable
A friend is currently still at a
Oh.
donathon doing art.
Who's that?
Athena's
Potion
on.
Brew.
Ooh, Athena.
I'm sorry, Ari, who was doing the donathon?
Potion Brew. I can send you the name.
Okay. I like to help put eyes on people's donathons if we can. And we'll assuming that we're all up for this again in 2 weeks.
There's definitely a percentage.
I think we'll see all either on the 20th or 21st, depending on what people want to do.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
All right. So, do you have a preference for Saturday or Sunday?
I'm fine for either.
Okay. We'll try and make it Saturday then. I think that'll be preferable for me.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
So in the meantime, Baffy, where can we find more of your content?
You can find me at Baffy the Sappy on Twitch and YouTube. And yeah, that's basically it.
All right, and Ari.
Ari Aries. Next time you can see me. I do stream on Twitch, shockingly, sometimes.
Ooh.
And next time is gonna be tomorrow, playing some Cryptid Crush with Lola over here.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Grinds.
Well, you can find me at Takes All Grinds on Twitch, and I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow. I've been trying to get some collabs set up, and nobody's been able to give me a solid answer on what's going on, so I'll probably just spend all of stream screaming. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
I've got like 5 people and at least 2 others I want to collab with, and I'm just like, hey, I have afternoons available. You said you had afternoons available. Who's available?
No answers.
Yeah, it happens that way sometimes. Meanwhile, I have the opposite problem, is that I'm trying to have too many people, and then my brain is burning out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, breaks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
and Braka.
Hello, everyone. Braka Quilltusk. You can find me at Quill and Quarrel Studios here on Twitch. Over on Twitter, it's Braka ENVTuber. Tomorrow is likely going to be more 9 Years of Shadows, which I've been really enjoying, especially since I got the mermaid power up for the Poseidon armor.
Oh,
Nice.
so much fun.
Yeah. And then Tuesday, be sure to join me there for some more V Rising with Grinds and our friend Narissa the Wolf.
V Rising, also known as Braka must kill to build house.
Yes. if I as a millennial cannot own a home in the real world, I will make a castle and drink everyone dry to get it.
Luckily,
Exactly.
we get to do that.
Drink the estrogen. I mean,
I will drink the estrogen from the unsuspecting women of the realms.
Hilariously enough, the next 2 bosses we have to fight are women. So
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
I was
do
gonna
have a
say that
better
is how
proposal.
that is how it works, right?
yes,
I have a better proposal. Drink the estrogen of a trans man.
yes.
Perfect.
This is true.
Help our trans men, brethren.
About trans mask siblings, our brothers.
Alrighty.
What was the
Well-
quote? Kill the cows for the milk, kill the women for the estrogen.
Something like that.
Please take
Sounds
this out
like
of
it.
context.
All right.
Mm.
Well, thank you everyone who's been here. Everyone who's been lurking in the background. Thank you to Marcy for resubbing and to Freya for resubbing. Really appreciate you. And we'll see you all over at Potion Brews channel. And I ask everyone to remember that the world is only as dark as we allow it to be. So light it up. And we are out.
We are
Nice.
out.
One
That
of
was-
these days, the dice are going to be kind to me, but it was not this day.
But
I
it was
feel so
not this
bad.
day.